Here's Archie's travels, chapter 23, entitled Look at Me. Look at me, she shouted to Archie as she neared the middle of the stream. This was a mistake, and she swayed and wobbled like a drunken ballerina as Archie looked on with a frown on his furry face. Then she toppled head first into the freezing cold stream. Archie barked loudly as she struggled in the water. Help, she cried, but there was no one to hear her in the woods. Archie peered into the water and he wondered what to do. He couldn't just watch her struggle, and he made a decision to jump in. He'd never swam before, he knew he had to try. Dolly was struggling to keep her head above water, and her clothes were weighing her down. Archie went head first into the water, and immediately the icy coldness went through his coat and into his veins. He knew that he couldn't last long, and he padded towards Dolly with all of his might and kicked his little legs wildly. Dolly was sinking under the water, and only her arms were sticking out when Archie reached her. Dolly put her arms around his neck, and she willed herself to kick her legs, even though she was exhausted. Archie turned around and padded with all of his might, and was determined to save her. Eventually he reached the end, and he scrambled up the wet and muddy bank, and they sat exhausted on a big dry rock. Thank you, she said as she stroked him slowly back to life. Dolly was worried about what her mum would say about her dirty trousers, but she was glad to be safe but wet. Archie stood up and he shook himself, but unfortunately the cold water went over Dolly, but she was so tired that she just laughed, as it was impossible for her to get any more soaked. So you want to keep going, she said to Archie as he scrambled about, drying himself in the sunshine.